Welcome back. Welcome if you're new. I have a Chrome Hearts set for you all this week with dangly chains, and I got a new mold for this, and yeah, I think they're really cool looking. I'll put a picture in here of what my inspo was, what I was, the whole vibe I was going for, and let y'all check that out for a second, and we'll just get into the set. Alrighty, so I'm working on top of a freshly sculpted set. I use the Daylily from LGM Pro, of course. Some of the stuff I'm going to be using in this set, I've got my foils, some black gel polish, some silver liner gel. It's a lot like the Born Pretty one in a pot, if anybody has it. It's very thin and watery. I've had it forever and I've never really used it, so. And let's see, foil gel, of course, for the foils. And is there anything else right now? So no. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by just painting that middle finger solid black. I thought about maybe doing something else to the background on this, making it like kind of leathery looking if I could, or I don't know. I had a lot of different thoughts on what to do with this nail, but I thought with the chains going on top, there was already going to be a lot going on, so I'm just leaving it solid black background. I'm using this Venalisa black gel polish. I know I've talked a lot about this polish in the past. It's been a while since I used it. This is a great black polish. I'm only going to do one coat of it on this finger, and that's all it needs. It's a really, really good black. So, I can leave it linked in the description box for y'all if you're interested. But I get it off of Amazon. It's like, I don't know, $6-7 a bottle. So, yeah, highly recommend that gel polish. And yeah, I got a little on my skin here. So, I'm just getting that off. And as soon as I'm good and tidy and neat, I am going to give that a good full cure. And yeah, that's what we've got now. And so now I'm going to get some foils on. So my good old Beetles foil gel, I've had this bottle forever. I probably need to replace it at this point. I've got I think a Macart one knocking around here somewhere. I don't know exactly where it is. It's a good one too, but yeah, this is the one I found, so this is the one I'm going to use. So my pinky and pointer finger are both getting full foil, and so yeah, I'm just going to get a nice thin even coat of this on, give it a cure, and then it'll be time for foil application. So foil gel is cured. I've already started on my pinky. I'm working on my pointer finger now. This, the pointer finger is going to be just full foil, and it's going to get that little piece I'm going to make in the mold later on top of it. So I want to make extra sure that the foil on this finger is transferred perfectly on this nail, which was kind of hard. These foils I had, or I don't know if it's the whole pack or just this one in particular, but I had a little trouble with these. Not, massively, but just had to rub them a little extra. And yeah, get that out of the way. And so yeah, that's what I'm doing here. I'm just making sure I'm rubbing it down extra, extra good. The pinky finger, I want it mostly on like the free edge bottom half of the nail. If it doesn't transfer perfectly up around the cuticle, I'm fine, because I knew I was going to like put black ombre over that. So it was just the rest of the nail I was more concerned with. And on the tip there, it didn't transfer perfectly. So I'm just going to go back in and add a little more to that. Very easy to do, especially with foils like this that are such a busy kind of pattern. If it doesn't line up perfectly, it's not, nobody's ever going to know. So So yeah, I'm getting that all rubbed down again on this finger. I think around the cuticle area, it just wasn't transferring perfectly, so that's what I'm doing here. And pull it up slowly so I can see if it doesn't transfer, and then I can fix it easily, and done. Yep, that's out of that pack of lace foils I got. I don't know, Shein, Temu, something like that. I don't know how long ago it's been, but yeah, this is the first time I've really used them. They did come in very handy for this. So, okay, now ring finger and thumb are both going to get just a black French tip. So that's pretty, pretty straightforward, self-explanatory. I'm just going to outline the French tip here, and then when I am satisfied with the basic shape I've got, I'm going to fill it in. It gets 2 coats of this black gel paint, and then we will go on to the next thing. Okay, so got both my Frenches done. Now I'm working on my ombre on this finger. With the foil, the background being so kind of busy pattern-wise, it doesn't have to be the most perfect ombre in the world. And it's going to get charm on top of it at the end. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be the most perfect ombre, which is good because black is hard to ombre anyway. But all the other stuff between the lace foil in the background and the charm on top, it helps kind of mask that, or, I don't know, draw the eye to other things, basically. So, I mean, I'm trying to do a good ombre, but it's not perfect. So yeah, I've pulled my black gel paint down as far as I thought I wanted it there, and then I'm going to get just a clean sponge on my little dabber tool here and kind of blend out that edge. And here in a second, I got to looking at it and I realized that I didn't pull it down quite as far as I wanted. So without adding any more to my brush, I'm just going to pull that down just a little bit more, and then kind of dab over the edge again. And when I'm satisfied, I'm going to give it a cure. And I gave that black gel paint on this finger, I gave that 2 coats also. And the second coat was just, the same as the first. So I left it out of the video. So there we go. 2 coats and ready to go. So this is the mold I got off of Amazon. This is the most expensive mold I've bought. It's pretty big. I mean, it was $9, so it's not massively expensive, but this is what all the different things it's got in it. It is so perfect for chrome hearts nails. I mean, it's good for other stuff too, but yeah, that is the specific thing I bought that mold for. It's an exact replica of that chrome hearts cross that they're so famous for. So I'm going to take this silver gel paint and fill in this image just very thinly so it will cure. I tested a lot of different ways to do this cross. I wanted it to be silver and shiny, and excuse me, I don't know. I tried like that black chrome gel that I made, the thicker stuff. I tried putting silver chrome on top of that after it cured, and it wasn't looking right. It didn't want to stick very well, which meant I was going to have to go over it with a top coat, and that would kind of ruin the image. So yeah, I tried a few different things. I tried just making it straight out of top coat and then chroming that, and that didn't work very well. So that's why I'm doing it with the silver gel paint or the silver gel liner. This is it's very shiny stuff. It's like liquid silver, basically, is what it looks like, especially once you let it sit and let the brush strokes come out. It's very shiny. But then when you top coat it, that tends to knock that shine back down. So yeah, nothing was working really well for this. And I looked at a lot of tutorials. I watched a lot of tutorials I saw on Instagram about how to paint this yourself. And I just kind of, I decided to buy the mold because I knew that it would look a million times better than anything I could possibly hand paint. So yeah, that's why I decided to get this mold. But yeah, I'm kind of bending it over my finger there to enlarge the image while I'm painting it. And then once I've got all the paint in there, then I let go of it and let it return to its original shape and make sure that it looks right. And when I get everything filled in the way I want it, trying to be as neat as I can, I will give it a cure. I did take a tiny little touch-up brush around the edges of it before I cured it to make sure it was as perfectly painted as possible. I did pretty good keeping the silver gel in the lines, basically, but I did kind of get over the edges a little bit. So yeah, I cleaned that up a little bit before I put it in the lamp. And you have to cure it both ways. And so yeah, that's what my image is going to look like. So yeah, you put it in there like that and cure it, then turn it over and cure it again. Even though it's a very thin layer of gel there, I still do that just to make extra sure. So now that's happened. I've gotten it all cured, and it's so thin that there was no way I would have gotten it out of there without breaking it. So I am adding some top coat to the back of it, which I generally do when I use these molds. I tend to top coat the back of them anyway, just to make sure it adds a little extra strength. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of filling in the back of the image neatly, again, trying to stay in all the lines. And yeah, once I get all that in, give it another cure. You don't have to turn it over this time. I give it another cure, and then I will pull the image out and we can put it on my finger. So that's what the image looks like after I have taken it out of the mold. And yeah, I'm sure y'all see that mold again. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. So to apply it to my finger, I'm going to use my LGM Pro Bling It Gel. I thought that was just the best way to get it on there. This stuff works great for any kind of charms, rhinestones, anything you're putting on top of a nail. Works for 3D. It's good stuff. I'm so glad I've got it. So yeah, I'm just going to paint a even layer on my nail, and then I'm going to go back in with a little extra in the general area where my cross is going to go. And then once I get it on there and situated like I like it, it gets a good full cure. And then time to move on to what's next.
everything was black and white. Now it's so different. Now it seems so right. Before I met you, everything was black and white, but it's so different. Now it seems so bright. You bring the color to my life. You bring the color.
So that is cured in place. Now I have got some little charms pulled out. I pulled those little cross pieces out of that beetle set I got last fall. And I pulled these little extra ones with the black rhinestones out. I got those chains that I got forever ago. I end up not using the crosses with the black rhinestones in them, but yeah, I thought I might. So yeah. So for this nail, I'm going to, it just gets one little cross charm. My goodness, I could not think of the word charm. I'm telling you, my brain ain't working right anymore. So yeah, once again, just coating the full nail. I wasn't exactly sure where I wanted to place it, and I thought about adding some chain detail to this nail too. I kind of wish I had, but I mean, I think it's fine either way. But so yeah, that's why I did the whole nail instead of just where I was going to put the charm. But anyway, so get that charm on there and kind of situated where I want it. And once it's good and straight, it gets a cure. Yeah, the little crosses with the black rhinestones, I bought those over a year ago. I used some of the pieces in the set that they came in for that anti-Valentine's Day nail I did forever ago, like the Goth Valentines. So, okay, so that's cured, and the arms of the cross are sticking out, so I'm going to do the thing I always do and take some of whatever rhinestone gel I'm using and just shove it up under the parts that are sticking out, and then I kind of pull it up over the edges of the charm too, so they're nice and rounded off and they're not going to be catching on stuff or poking me or, catching my hair, all the good stuff that charms like to do. And I did that to every single charm I add on these nails. I'm only showing this nail, but yeah, I did it to every single one of these charms I added. So, okay, so now time for some chains. So, that little tool there I got on, I couldn't even tell you where I got that. I've had it for so long. I usually use that for removing charms when I am taking a set off. It is very sharp and works really well, and it cut through this chain like nothing. I mean, I had no trouble. So, yeah, if you have one of these little tools, they're perfect for cutting this chain with. So, I'm just kind of eyeballing out some different lengths of different kinds, all the different kinds of chains I have laid out that I thought I might use. I didn't want to use the same kind over and over. So, yeah, I thought I'd kind of mix it up. So, okay, so for this nail, this is a nail that Kirsty Meekin did, I think 7 years ago was what the video said. I rewatched it right before I started this set to, figure out how she had done it exactly because it had been so long since I watched it. But yeah, this is one of those nails that I have not forgotten about since the video came out brand new, however many years ago. And it's something I've been wanting to replicate forever. I just thought it was the coolest thing with the chains dangling and yeah. So I've coated the whole nail in that Bling It gel, and I'm adding extra in like a diagonal swoosh kind of going across the nail where I know that my chains are going to be. That way they are very well adhered. I don't have to worry about them coming off. And then I'm going to lay them into that thicker part of the Bling It gel. And this is very fiddly, and it took a while to get them all placed and looking the way I wanted them to. I wanted them diagonal and I wanted them hanging off the edge. So that's what I'm going for here. And I wanted the other edge of the chain to start right there at the side of my nail up next to my skin. So yeah, I'm going to work on this for a while and get all these. Yeah, it's 3 different pieces of chain I end up putting on here, and they're all different. And so yeah, I'm just trying to get them to lay flat and get them laid on there and situated the way I want. And so yeah, very fiddly, but so worth it in the end. I'm so glad I did this. But so I thought, for those of you all who don't know what Chrome Hearts is or have never heard of it, the only reason I know about it is because I follow a creator on Instagram. His name is Wisdom, and he's like a fashion creator. And I'm telling y'all, he can make an outfit out of anything. You can give the man a burlap sack and some straw, and he will turn out the most high fashion, most awesome looking thing you've ever seen. But he has a lot of chrome art stuff, and that's where I first learned about the brand. I looked into it a little more before I did this, and from what I can tell, now somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. From what I can tell, they are a band or a brand, not a band, a brand that was started by bikers for bikers, like that kind of fashion, the leather and the chains and the like Celtic crosses and all that kind of stuff. Um, it's all very biker coded. And that's how it started out. And then it turned into a very exclusive, expensive kind of brand. It's nothing that I'll probably will ever own in my lifetime. But I do think it's cool to look at. And I know a lot of people have done nails that are based on this brand. And so yeah, that's what I was able to find out about the brand. They do have their own page on Instagram. I will leave a link to their page in the description box if y'all want to go check out what they do. And so yeah, that's my little bit of information for you. So yeah, as you can see, I'm still working on these chains, getting them situated perfectly, or as perfectly as I can. I want them to lay flat and come across diagonally, like I said. And once I feel like I've got them the way I want them, then they go in the lamp and get a good full cure. And then we'll move on to the next thing. There's a lot in this set.
Love is a rainbow, rainbow. Rainbow is a smile of sky. Love is a rainbow, rainbow. Your love makes me feel so fine. Love, love, you bring it color to my life. Love, you bring the color. Love, you bring the color to my life. Love, you bring the color.
So they're cured down, and now I'm going to take some of these little silver half studs and place them alongside the chains on either side. This is something Kirsty Meakin did to her set too. She did rhinestones with hers. I thought the studs were better for this set. And this just helps protect those chains, basically. It will help them last longer on the nail and keep them from catching on so much stuff. And so yeah. So all I'm doing is I'm going to put one little line of these little silver studs on either side. And once they're perfectly placed, they get a cure.
Love is a rainbow, rainbow. Rainbow is a smile of sky. Love is a rainbow, rainbow. Your love makes me feel so fine. Love, you bring the color to my life. Love, you bring the color.
So the silver studs are all cured down. Now, moving on to that French nail. So for this one, I wanted it to look like a necklace on my nail, basically. So once again, full cover of this Bling It gel. Yeah, every single nail, now that I think about it, every single nail got a full coat of this Bling It gel. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to get the little cross charm. Once again, forgot the word charm. My goodness. Get the little cross charm on there, and then a little piece of silver chain. I don't want it going perfectly with the French line on there. I want it to look like it's kind of in motion. For my thumb, I kind of tilted the cross more and made the chain a little more fluid looking, and I wish I had done that to this nail a little more, but I still think it looks good. But yeah, I wish I had done it slightly differently. But yeah, when I got this set from Beetles, that was that big that box full of stuff that was like for I got it last fall, and it was like Halloween type stuff. It had cat eye gels and full cover tips and all kinds of stuff in there. And I remember at the time saying I probably will never use these charms because I'm not a crosses on my nails kind of person. So yeah, I'm eating those words. Um, for some reason, I remembered when I was planning this set, I remembered that I had these, and I thought, wow, those I think are almost identical to that Chrome Hearts cross. And I pulled them out, and by God, they were. So yeah, I just lucked out and happened to have these. So yeah, that's the story of why I used those charms on this set. But so yeah, here I am trying to get that chain placed the way I want it. Like I said, I want it to look like it's just kind of dangling on my nail and it's kind of in motion a little bit. And that extra piece that is hanging over, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Once I get the rest of it cured into place, I'm going to come in with my little clippers and clip off the excess. So yeah, that's what I've done here. It is cured down, and I'm just clipping off the part I don't want on there, and the little extra little piece of length that I cut in half just kind of falls away. And then when I top coat it, it's, it's good and flat and isn't catching on anything. Thumb gets the same treatment, and that's where we are now. So with the little extra bit that I've got left on my brush of that Bling It gel, I'm going over the top of these chains to protect them from snagging and so they don't discolor. The little dangling pieces, I can't really do anything about that if I want them to hang free. So, but yeah, the rest of them got coated in that Bling It gel, and now it's time for top coat. Now, I've already top coated the pointer nail, and so I'm not going to top coat it now, but I did, just before I sat down and started doing the voiceover, I did go back and, excuse me, my goodness, today. I did go back and touch that nail up slightly. I felt like the cross, the little piece I made from the mold, I just felt like you couldn't really see it very well against the background. So I kind of, I took my black liner gel and went around the edges of that little piece I made, and then I outlined the whole nail, just just a black line all the way around the outside of the nail. You can see it in the little intro I did. Oh, and let me mention, on this nail, I'm making sure I'm getting all those little silver beads coated with top coat. I found out in that Inspo versus Outcome set, I bought these for my most recent, I think, Inspo versus Outcome set. I missed one of them when I was top coating, and it's white underneath. within a couple of days that will wear off. So yeah, make sure if you got these little pieces, make sure you're top coating them. And so yeah, now we're done. And yeah, I've got my little chains dangling. I was just talking about dangling charms in that Dollar Tree video. So yeah, I love the way they sound. I've been shaking my finger around like crazy, probably driving my husband insane. But yeah, everything's sealed down. Nothing's catchy. Yeah, I I don't think I could be very much happier with this set, honestly. That I think, other than the chain nail, that's my other favorite nail. So yeah, super happy with these. Y'all will have to let me know what you think. So yeah, I love them. I think they look so cool. So yeah, y'all please let me know what you think. So, before you leave, subscribe, like, turn your notifications on, please. I have a Shein haul coming, I think, next week. Leave me a comment, hype, and that will do it. I will see y'all next time. Bye.